interesting. This is Windsor, and I just wanted to come and have a look. Look at this, look at this. This is the Thames River. And I thought, well, let me have a look. What's interesting is the bridges, the arch bridges. Look at how strong this car is. Look at that. Wow. And I love that thatched house. I don't know, private house. That's really, really beautiful across the river there. But look at the bridges. So strong river here. I think we've been here on the river on a cruise. But this is really, really interesting. Now, not far from, Sonny's playing football there. So I thought, let me go and just show a little bit what's here. So beautiful, so really, really beautiful here. And look at that. Look at that. Right, so there, up there, that's Windsor Castle. That's where the king lives. And so it's a beautiful, beautiful place here. Look at that. So I thought, well, let me take a walk and maybe talk and tell me where you're watching me from. Are you able to hear what I'm saying? Oh, look at the trend. Oh man, look at that. What's that? That's the southwest trend. Beautiful. Look at that trend crossing the river there. Beautiful. We're not far from Heathrow, so you could actually hear planes taking off. Normally they'll fly over the King's Palace there to the castle, to where the to Heathrow. Look at how strong the river is. There are some steps here. I don't know whether people do swim in here. What's happening there? I don't know whether the river is just high because it's been raining. I don't know, but it's quite interesting. But let's take a walk before the game starts. Let's see what we can see here. Tell me where you are watching me from, if at all you've joined this broadcast. So I am in Windsor. See the castle there? And I'm just taking a walk here. Right, let's talk about one or two things. I don't know whether you've noticed, I've got the latest book, my latest book, Moving Back to Africa, What the Diaspora Was Never Told. So, if you are like me and you grew up in Africa, I don't know how many people would dream of coming to the West, but I think we did when you're watching Falcon Crest for us who were there in the 80s and we watched Dynasty and all those nice movies that we used to watch. We probably did dream, but we never thought we'd find ourselves here. But finding yourself here is one thing, but how you get here and what you do to get here is really important. So the question is, what is it that we were not told? Well, Kelvin, what are you saying? Is there a secret? Is there something that we need to be aware of? And I'd say, well, read the book. I think I've shared quite a lot, my personal story. If you ask me and say, Kelvin, how did you get to where you are in the UK and all those things? What happened? All those questions that you might have are answered in that book. And because what I've said in the book is, if we want to go back home, we need to understand how we first got to where we are. I know that call to say, let me go home, comes up when we are old and we start thinking, you know what, I need to be where my family is. So I share some of those insights in my book, and I think it's a very interesting read. I touch on, of course, my favorite is legacy. I touch on money this time. I touch about property back home. Hey, the dream house trap. I talk about all those things. Of course, I try to be as honest as I can to share what I know to everyone, because it's about sharing information. I'm not going to sit with what I know. And if you are interested, that book is on Amazon. Moving Back to Africa is on Amazon. Get yourself a copy and let me know what you think about the book. So I will be talking more about this book because it's right here. The topic is right in my heart, and I've been in that almost 26 years now, and it's a long time. I talk about my journey starting from Zambia to Botswana. I talk about South Africa, and I talk about coming to the UK, and I talk about some of the mistakes that I made, and some of the assumptions I made, some of the compromises that I made, and I talk about the reality of living in the diaspora. So again, it's not about discouraging people to come to the West. It's not about discouraging people from going back home. I just share this information honestly and, as truthful as I can be. Right, so if you've joined me, I'm in Windsor, and that's the King's Palace. So if you've heard of Windsor Castle, that's Windsor Castle. Let me know where you're watching me from, and if you can hear me, please tell me. Can you hear me? I'm not so sure whether you can hear what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'll probably end here, and I'll try and check if you can hear me. 'Cause I don't know.